Ugh. This rib nut is going to go right down in here. This rib nut's going to go right down in this corner right here. That way, I will have a way to fasten. Oh no, I might need to use my tool again. This might work. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to work. That way I can fasten this thing to the bottom side and then create the inner firewall partition that's going to cover up all the fuel hose and the coolant lines from inside the cabin. Okay, so ended up taking this guy off just so I can get to the rib nuts a little bit easier to make it straight. So that's this one and this one over here. Gonna pull those things and then mount back up and test fit this guy. Alright, it's looking pretty good. Just gonna leave that there until I can go get some more material because I ran out over here. Only got a little bit of this stuff left. I only have flat, so I'm gonna have to go to Home Depot tomorrow and grab some more. But that's a good start. At least I got the measurements, so I can just pull it off and trim it, mark it out and trim it, and then I should be ready for the inside partition.
Like me, you haven't got anything for your loved one yet. Not. The good team at Angina HQ have just revealed a new line on the Angina.
Man, you can barely even see that clear silicone. It's gonna be nice once it dries. Paint over it, you won't even see it at all. So I'm finished with this for right now. I'm gonna let this dry because I don't want to be, pushing on it or disrupting it from drying while it's trying to set in the right place. And I'm gonna go ahead and open up some new goodies. What kind of goodies? Sick ones from Gleese Manufacturing. So what we did was, is I sent my old turbine housing from the EFR 8374 to Gleese. He jigged it up and created a new manifold, which is this one here, which has some pretty cool bells and whistles, so I'll show you that in a couple seconds. And then put my new tile gates on, jigged it up that way if there's ever any issues, I can say, hey man, I need a new manifold, blah blah blah. Let's go ahead and do that. Also, you'll be able to order the same type of turbo kit through Gleese. If you wanted to run this same setup, you could order it. It's not cheap, but I'll tell you right now, you will not be disappointed. Honestly, having John Gleason construct my manifolds for me is, I don't know what to say other than the fact that I'm just spoiled. To me, he's probably the epitome of, or a perfect match for this specialized part in the car. There's no other person that could put this much into, or that's doing it right now, that can put this much into a piece of the machine that would meet the match of what I'm about. Like, to me, John Gleason is a true artist in what he does, and I hope that I can do his manifold justice in building this car. So, to me, he's the best. Long runner design, he's using premium materials, prep is on point, construction's on point, and the parts are all on point. Borg Warner 8474, tile wastegate, 38mm MVRs, like Phoenix Industries fittings, like these are just the best that we can do. And then on top of that, PTP Turbo Blanket says, hey, why don't you send that manifold turbine over? We can construct a blanket for it out of the new prototype material, and that way we can make sure that everything's kept nice and safe and help keep those underhood temperatures under control a little bit. So heat management, it's all going to be on point. I'm like so spoiled, and I can't believe that I'm even able to do this right now and construct pretty much the car of my dreams, here in my garage. I never thought like this would be it, but this is what it is, and it's all because of the partners. So just trying to do them justice. So here we go. Gonna go ahead and take this guy apart. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. So beautiful. Come on, man. Do not know how I'm so lucky to be able to work with some of the people that I am working with. Top notch, this shit. I'm telling you right now. This is going to be my EGTs. This is EMAP, exhaust manifold absolute pressure. You can check for back pressure. We check both rotors, so individually. Make sure that the turbo is breathing as much as it can and not getting backed up with too much back pressure. Billet flanges, 321 stainless steel. Billet turbo flange, Inconel hardware. What else do you want? Got 2-inch tapering down here. Take advantage of exhaust gas expansion theory. What you believe in, you know. Had pretty good luck with it so far. I think this is going to help even more. So we're going to give the turbo or exhaust some room to build up in here. It's fully expand, and right when it's fully expanding, it's going to go ahead and get tapered down, speed up right before it gets to this smaller section. I think it's 1.63 inch into the turbo. No wastegate runners here because they're all going to be on the actual turbine, which I will show you right now. Thank you, John, so much, man. It's ridiculous. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, I went ahead and put my old turbo on the new manifold on the motor so I can make my water lines. Got my turbo in place on the manifold where it's going to be sitting. One thing to take advantage of when you're plumbing your turbo's water lines is you want to take advantage of thermal siphoning. What thermal siphoning is, it's like a phenomenon, right? But it's just pretty much like physics. Basically, cold water goes through the turbo, and if you place your water lines in a correct orientation, coming in from the low side, right, and then exiting on the top side, what you get is this siphoning effect, which, when the motor is off, will actually flow by itself. So you don't need a water pump for this to happen or take advantage of it. You just need to make sure that you are routing your water lines from the low port and then exiting on the high port. So you want cold water to enter in the bottom, and you want hot water to exit on the top. So as long as you do that, you should get some type of thermal siphoning effect. It's best to have the water lines actually exit high, but you can still get the effect as long as the exit's higher than the source here. So yeah, better if the lines were higher, you know, but it's okay. This is gonna still work. Oh, I didn't like the old CHRA in there. To me, I was like, man, why am I gonna use that old thing? I need to put something new in there just to make sure that everything is exactly the same. Okay, so I took the turbo off and I actually swapped these fittings here on the CHRA. So this is going to be the out now, and this will be the in. And the reason I want to do that for organization, and also makes more sense for me to have a shorter run for the cool water to come into the turbo CHRA and then come out on this side. And then also, it's the same orientation for my motor. So, you know, you got cool water and hot water, cool water and hot water, right to left. All right, so made one half of my coolant line for the turbo. This is gonna be the other half. I'm just gonna walk you guys through this real quick. So pretty much, this is a high pressure PTFE line. It's -6 from Phoenix. I got it in clear. And just the regular PTFE, this is actually conductive, but I'm using it for the water. So, you know, it is what it is. It'll be perfectly fine. I just don't want to mix the conductive or the non-conductive. I'm sorry, conductive and the fuel. This is going to come apart, right? Just like this. And then you have this ferrule right here. This is going to go, oops, dropped it, that's okay. This is going to go in the right around the, you can see that PTFE, the plastic clear part, it's going to go right around there. The first thing you got to do is you got to put this over the line. So I got my little channel locks right here, Milwaukee tools, dope. Just going to flatten this out, make it nice and round.